Hello grade 6. Now we will talk about Unit 1 Lesson 3. Adding and subtracting integers. Finding the sum of two integers. A. Adding two positive integers. The sum of two positive integers is a positive integer. For example, 3 plus 5 equals 8. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 6 plus 3 equals 9. B. Adding two negative integers. The sum of two negative integers is a negative integer. For example, negative 4 plus negative 3 equals negative 7. Write negative and 4 plus 3 equals 7. Negative 5 plus negative 1 equals, write negative and 5 plus 1 equals 6. Negative 5 plus negative 1 equals negative 6. Negative 2 plus negative 7 equals negative 9. C. Adding a positive integer and a negative integer. The rule: write the sign of the greatest number and find the difference between them, between two numbers. For example, 7 plus negative 8. At first, write the sign of the greatest number. The greatest number is 8. Write the sign negative and find the difference. The difference is that meaning greatest minus smallest. 8 minus 7 equal 1. Again, at first write the sign of the greatest number. The greatest number is 8. Write the sign of it. Write minus or negative. And find the difference between two numbers, 8 and 7. 8 minus 7 equal 1. Another example, negative 9 plus 6. 6 that mean positive 6. At first write the sign of the greatest number. The greatest number is 9. Write minus. And find the difference between two numbers. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Negative 5 plus 7. At first write the sign of the greatest number. Write positive. 7 positive. Write positive. And find the difference between two numbers. 7 minus 5 equals 2. Positive 2, that means 2. 8 plus negative 3 equals, at first write the sign of the greatest number. The greatest number is 8. The sign is positive. Write positive. And find the difference between two numbers. Greatest minus smallest. 8 minus 3 equals 5. Positive 5 equals 5. Second, subtracting integers. Subtracting an integer means adding its opposite. For example, 8 minus negative 2. At first write the first number. Keep and write the first number. Change the sign. Subtract to be add. Minus to be plus. And write the opposite of negative 2. The opposite of negative 2 is 2. And the opposite of 2 is negative 2. Then the opposite of negative 2 equals 2. And solve. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Again, write the first number. Change, subtract to be add, minus to be plus, and find the opposite number. The opposite number of negative 2 is 2. 8 plus 2 equals 10. For example, negative 5 minus 3. At first, write the first number, negative 5. It changes the sign, minus to be plus, and write the opposite of the last number. The opposite of 3 is negative 3. Negative 5 plus negative 3. The sum of two negative integers is a negative integer. Write negative, and 5 plus 3 equals 8. Another example, negative 6 minus negative 1. At first, write the first number, negative 6. It changes the sign, minus to be plus, and find the opposite of the last number, negative 1. The opposite of negative 1 is positive 1, equal 1. Negative 6 plus 1. Adding a positive integer and a negative integer. Write the sign of the greatest number and find the difference between them. The greatest number is 6. Sign minus, write minus, and find the difference between two numbers. 6 minus 5 equals 5. Then the answer equal negative 5. 0 minus negative 9. At first, keep and write the first number, 0. It changes the sign, negative, minus to be plus. The opposite of negative 9 is 9. 0 plus 9 equals 9. Now we come to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much. Goodbye and see you the next lesson.